All right, welcome everyone. This is going to be the first of many video guides to help you along your journey here at Saddle Ridge County. Today we're going to go over the society, the ins and outs, and what it takes to be a business owner, if you will. I've set up a little test environment here on our dev server to kind of give you guys a breakdown of things. So it may not be the same. Obviously, it's not going to be the same setup as what you have at your store, but the idea of it is the same. So we'll have crafting over here. We have a storage with these boxes, and then the storefront over here with a little cash register and such. So the first thing when you're going to get a business is you're going to submit a ticket, right, in the newspaper. You're going to apply for a certain business. Once that business is approved, you will then, if you do not have the funds and cash available either on your person or in the bank, you will need to go to the bank and apply for a business loan. We will do another video on that. Those are pretty simplistic. You simply just slide bar how much money you want for how many weeks you want. But that's to be in another video. For today, we're going to worry about the society. So let's just say I've went through all of that. I've acquired this business. This is the Heartland Carpentry business. So once you have your business, you're going to do T to open up your chat window /society, and it will auto pop up. You can tab and cycle through these things. You can also click on them and it'll auto populate here. You hit enter. This is going to pull up your boss menu. This is your overview page. This is what's going to give you all the information about your business, the name of it, what the actual database job name is, how many ranks they are, your current rank. This boss grade actually stays the same. Tells you your employees, everything you need to know. The biggest thing over here is going to be your ledger. This seems to be where some confusion is, so that's what the point of the video today is. So we're just going to start there. As you can see right now, there's $0 in my treasury and there's $0 balance in my ledger. Because this is a dev environment, I do have copious amounts of money in my pocket. So we're just going to throw $1,000 in here out of my pocket. So I simply type in there, deposit, boom, $1,000 was deposited in your treasury. As you notice, that had nothing to do with my tax reserve. So this is how, if you want to add money to your tax reserve out of your pocket, this is how you do it. You add money to your ledger, it goes into your balance. You then type in 605. Actually, let's just do it this way. We'll do 500, and then we're going to go balance to tax. That removes it from the balance and moves it into your tax reserve, right? To get the remaining balance that we need in our tax reserve, we need another 105. So we can simply do that again. There you go. Once this is filled up, none of the sales tax that you collect by selling products to people will go in here. Everything will immediately go into your balance. This tax reserve is emptied by the government automatically on the 1st of every month. So this is your payment to the community to stay active, if that makes sense. Let's say you're in a pinch, right? So you owe somebody $500 and this $395 is all you have available on your person. Well, you're a business owner. So with that being said, you can simply hit collect tax. Boom. It empties out your tax reserve back into your ledger. I need $500, so I'm going to type 500 there. I'm going to withdraw. It pulls it from my balance back into my person, into my pockets. Hopefully that will help clear things up. With this being in a video format, you can rewind that, whatever you need to do. On to the next page, employees. I can't technically hire myself, but when people are around, this will show up their player ID number for that session. It will not show a name that is introducing metagaming, sorry. So it will show a hat number. You can select what level you want to hire them on as, click hire. They'll get a prompt on their screen to accept or deny. Then you can then adjust their stuff however you need to set it. Once you have ranks set up, you can add and remove as many of these ranks as you want to. You can also check what they can do and what they can't do, right? Some of these, like armory access, some of these aren't pertinent to every business. This is more so from a law standpoint, but at the same time, you kind of get the idea. You can change their salary. You can rename this. Say you don't want this to be the manager, maybe you want this to be the general manager. Confirm. That changes to general manager. You don't want it at all, you can remove it. Yes, I want to remove it. So what happens is that basically now everything shifts up one. Your boss grade is now 4 instead of 5. So if we go back to the overview, we'll see there's only 4 ranks and the boss grade is 4, where that used to say 5. Your boss grade will always be the highest one. So you have to have 2 ranks. Your boss will always be the highest one. So transactions, this is just a transaction history. It's to show you what is going on within your society. Here's your initial deposit. Here's where we moved money to the tax reserve. Here's where we moved the other money. Here's where we collected all the money from the tax reserve. And here is where we withdrew it to our pockets. Every transaction will show here. It will not show who done it, but it will show here with a timestamp. Stores. Okay, so this is the meat and potatoes, if you will. Let's back out of this for a minute because I want to show you guys some stuff. So now that you've got a broad generalization of the society itself, your storage right here is the heart and soul of your society. All crafting, all sales, all purchases are done and they are linked to your storage. So what you're going to want to do is to make sure items are in your storage in order for them to populate in the store. Gone are the days of having to have the items in your pocket to put them in the store. It's so nice. It's so much better. The people that have used it understand and they are praising it. So items in your storage. Once they are in your storage, you can then add them to your store. So we're going to go back to our society. We're going to go to stores. We're going to edit catalog. So these are items we have for sale. Here are items that we want to buy. You can turn it to where buying is turned on or buying is turned off. Buying is turned on, other players will be able to sell items to your store. Items for sale can only come out of your stash, out of your storage. So let's just say I've got wood handles in here. Let's say we're going to charge $2 for those, and this is going to be handles for no other reason to say it other than that. These items here, this is where you can change the category. Maybe I don't want them to be in handles anymore. I want them to be in something else. I can simply, maybe I just want this to be products now. So I can confirm that, and now that changes the category of these wood handles to products. I can change the price. Maybe I don't want to sell them for $2 anymore. Maybe I want to sell them for $2.50. I confirm that, it automatically updates. So gone are the days of removing products from your store just to change the price. You can do it on the fly now. When it comes to selling things, we have done this a little bit differently, right? Or buying things, sorry. We've done this a little bit differently. So the items you want to buy, right? I just type in, like, I know I want to buy wood logs because that is the heart and soul of what I do here, right? So I'm going to buy wood logs. I'm going to set the price. Maybe I'm only going to pay $1 for each of these. This is going to be maybe raw materials. Here is the kicker, this right here. This is what keeps your ledger from being drained by easy to come by items. So this limit, if it's set to 0, it will be unlimited. So if I set that to 0 and hit add, this is a no limit sale. People can sell as many logs as they want to until my ledger balance is drained. So we're going to go back to the store over here. I don't want a no limit. I only want to be able to buy. So the red circle with the line through it, this is your buy limit. I only want to buy 200. Confirm. My limit is now 200. You want to change the category. You want to change the price. You want to delete it altogether. There it is. Another thing that we'll need here is nails. So this is a search function. It's not something that pulls from your storage or your inventory. You can literally search any product that we have on the server, type it in, you'll find it, you can put it in here. Maybe I'm only going to pay 5 cents for those. These are also raw materials, and I only want 500 of these. We're going to add that. So now I have 2 products that are for sale. My buyback is on, and I'm selling wood handles. Let's go take a look and see what that looks like for the players. So we're going to go over here to the store. If I walk up to this, now you're going to see my for sale products. I have wood handles. I want to buy wood logs and nails. Well, I have nails on my person. I'm not going to sell them to myself, obviously, but you can see that if you have the items in your inventory, it will automatically highlight for you to sell products to that store. So to demonstrate that, we'll do this. 30 nails, we're going to drop these. So I no longer have those in my inventory. If I come back over here, this is now grayed out. So for your everyday players that are walking around town and they walk up to a store, if it is highlighted, they can sell it. It will also tell you that you have 0, but this store wants 120. I have 0 nails, but this store wants 50. Okay. Hope that makes sense. There's also one other thing as well. We're going to go back into, let's go look at crafting really quick so you guys can get an idea of that. That'll be the next step here. So remember, storage is key. So here's the crafting recipes for the carpentry, excuse me. A wood handle, wood planks, small wooden planks, small wood logs, firewood. All of these kind of have a purpose. Wood planks, if I want to, let's say I want to craft 5 of these. So I'll click craft 5. Missing materials. I don't have any wooden logs. Interesting. Let's fix that real quick. Don't mind me. Just let's go 10 of those. This is actually a perfect thing to do right here. We'll see this. So it will pull from the storage or your inventory. So I know there's no wood logs in the storage because it told me that a minute ago, but I just gave myself 10. So now they show up in 10. So crafting will work from your storage or your inventory. So let's say I want to craft 5 of those, not 15, 5. Click that. It'll automatically get in your craft order queue here. When something is done, you can collect it. It will automatically go into your pockets. Then you will go over and you will put that in your storage. Let's go back to Society. So your storage. This is where you can set minimum stocks. This is helpful for say you're trying to save products. You've been grinding really hard and you want to save products to maybe create some trade goods. Those trade goods, before there was no way to reserve those things other than putting them in a wagon or on your saddlebags or something like that. So now you can go through here and you can set these to, we're going to set all these to 50. Now what this does is it makes no difference about being in the, oh, I forgot I got to do these individually. This has no difference on how many you can put in your storage. Simply what this does is if there is something in your storage that is set for sale in your store over here, once you go below 50, that will show no more is available. So remember the wood handles that were over there a minute ago? Let's pull these out. You can simply drag and drop, right? If I go over here now to the store, it's out of stock. So that's the other beauty of this thing too, right? Is you no longer, when you sell out of all your products, you no longer have to wait and create more products and then go put them back on your store. Your sell orders stay here forever until you remove them. It'll simply say out of stock or no more wanted. Once you hit a limit on your wood logs, it'll say no more wanted. Just because, let's do this real quick because I know I can. I'm going to demonstrate that. I know it needs 120, so we're going to give myself 120s. Historically, you cannot carry 120 logs, just so you guys know. We're going to sell them all 120. Oh, it didn't give them to me because it was overweight. I forgot that we changed the parameters on the dev server, so even we can't cheat here now. Back to society. So that's how the storage works. You can set limits to where if something is, say, I want to, maybe I've got 50 wood handles in here, but I need 30 of them. Well, I can set this to 30, and then the store will only show 20 of them are for sale. Bills, I wouldn't worry about bills yet. This is a work in progress. Your appearance, this is where you can change the size of all of this. You can change how it looks. You can get individual, you can do whatever you want to do here. You know, you can make them real crazy colors, whatever you want to do. This will save. So whatever you set this at, you can log out, log in, whatever, it will still save. You can always reset it back to whatever. Settings. This, if you want to change the name of your business, this is where you do it, right here. Society label. This is where you can change your members. Maybe you want to pay them every 30 minutes. That's where you would change that. Tax percentage. So by default, we set these to 10 when we open a society for you. So basically what that means is for every $1 of product that you sell in your store, 10 cents of that will automatically go into your tax reserve. That is to limit the burden on you. It kind of happens in the background, right? So you sell $10 worth of stuff, $9 of it will go in your balance, $1 of it will go into your tax reserve. It's so that hopefully over the month you will collect enough money in your tax reserve to where it doesn't feel like you're having to come out of pocket. If you need to come out of pocket though, refer back to the steps at the beginning of the video, and whatever you want to do there, you can set it. You can set this whatever you want to set it at. Just click save, it'll save. Now 50% of everything will go into the tax reserve. Overview real quick. This is the main thing, right? This is the main thing. Your stores, your buy limits, make sure your blue or the red circle here, make sure you're setting your buy limits so your ledger's not getting drained. You can open and close your store. Say you want to close your store for a minute, you can close it. So now this store is no longer active for anybody. You can go up here, it's not here, doesn't exist right now. Back to stores, we open it back up. There it is. With that being said, on this, I would refrain from the nudge here option. That is, that can get a little confusing at times. I would say just for the time being, let's not touch that. We'll make an announcement when that is ready to be fully utilized. That's basically, if your store was lighting up right here, but you would rather it here, it's you stand here and then you nudge here. I think that is pretty much it. We've went over everything. You can rewind the video, pause it, whatever you need to do. If you have questions, again, please submit a ticket. We'll refine these videos over time, but other than that, thank you all for being here. We really appreciate it. See you in the county.